Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that 2018 is off to a great start for you guys. So last week I filmed my Project Pan 2017 final update. If you guys missed it, I will link it in the description box below. But today's video is going to be all about the products that I'm trying to use up in 2018. I chose 31 different products that I'm going to try to finish up completely, and I chose them for different reasons. A few of them are products that I've had for a while and they'll probably expire sooner than later, so I wanted to make sure I actually used them up and finished them before they did expire. A couple of them are products that I loved at one time, but they've kind of just been sitting in my collection, so I really want to finish them up and declutter them from my collection. And then a couple of the products are things that I use and I love every single day, so I'm sure I'll use it up by the end of the year, and I just want to make sure that I do finish it because I spent my money on it. I tried to stay away from products that were like really easy for me to finish up that I use all the time and repurchase, so these are going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but I feel like I was still realistic. I didn't include like a million lip products this time because last year I had trouble finishing up even like one lip product. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I'm going to do quarterly updates instead of just like a mid-year update and a final update. So there will be additional videos on my Project Pan and my progress throughout the year. I love makeup and I'm always adding new makeup to my collection. I feel like I've been pretty good about adding products that I think I'll use and I'll love, but I still have more makeup than the average person. So I really try to make an effort to actually use up products so they're not just sitting in my collection. I rotate my makeup out every single month. I'm constantly decluttering, but I feel like this is just a good way to keep myself accountable, and it's really fun to try to use up products. Last year from my Project Pan, I used up like $500 worth of makeup, so I thought that was pretty fun, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you let me know in the comments below if you film Project Pan videos or if you do it on Instagram, because I would love to see your progress, and let's jump into it. Okay, let me start with some of the foundations that I want to use up this year. The first one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. So I am the biggest fan of the Urban Decay All Nighter, which is a super full coverage foundation, but this foundation from Urban Decay is definitely more lightweight and light coverage. It looks really natural on the skin, and at one time I really loved it, but these days I'm all about like the super full coverage foundation look. So I don't get a ton of use out of this product anymore, but I want to actually finish it up instead of just decluttering it, because I remember that I did like it at one point, and there are days when I don't want that super full coverage look. So I'm really going to make an effort to finish this one up this year. The next foundation that I'm going to try to finish up is from Smashbox. It is their Studio Skin Shaping Foundation, and I do like this product, but I feel like I've been neglecting it a little bit ever since I realized how much I love the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation. So I feel like I haven't been using it as much. I have about half of the foundation left, and then also about 3/4 of the contour stick left. So this one does come with 2 products. I'm going to try to finish up both of them, and I think it's a good everyday foundation. It has more of like a light to medium coverage, and you can build it up. It looks really beautiful on the skin. I just feel like I like the Hourglass one better, so I don't find myself reaching for this one as much, but I want to make sure I finish it up because it is a good product. Speaking of the Hourglass foundation, I am going to try to use up 2 of them. I mainly wear the shade Alabaster, and then I mix in a little bit of Ivory just to balance it out a little bit. So I don't know how much I have left. I just opened Alabaster not that long ago. I've already used up half of it. Okay, so this foundation does go pretty quickly because you don't get a ton of product, and I've been wearing this foundation a lot this year. I'm probably almost finished with Ivory too. I used up about 2/3 of Ivory. So again, I don't think I'll have trouble finishing these. I really like the foundation, but it's a little bit more of a pricey foundation. So if it's going to be in my collection, I want to make sure I actually finish it up. I want to try to finish up 3 face primers. So the first one is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. This one isn't like super old, but I feel like it will have a tendency to expire more quickly than some of my other face primers because it is in stick form, and I feel like it can dry out a little bit more quickly. So I think I'll probably have a better chance at using this up during the spring and summers. So I'm not going to focus on it too much during the first half of the year or like the first third of the year, but once spring and summer roll back around, I'm sure this will become my go-to primer again, just because it mattifies the skin, it blurs your pores, and I like how it, keeps my skin from getting too oily during the summer months. I'm also going to try to finish up the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I think I have about 2/3 of this product left, so I think it might take me a little while. I feel like this product goes so quickly though, so if I actually wanted to make a real effort to finish it up, I'm sure it wouldn't take me too long. I tend to use it sparingly because it is a more expensive product, but I just think, I do love this product and I want to give myself permission to actually finish it, and if I love it a ton, I'll repurchase it, but I really enjoy it. I don't think I'll have trouble using it up. And then I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I don't have too much of this left, but I figured I would throw it in and try to finish it up this year. So I do have a couple of concealers to share with you. I chose two that aren't necessarily my go-to concealers. That way it wasn't super easy for me, but I still wanted to make an effort to finish both of these. So the first one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I wear the shade Vanilla. NARS is no longer cruelty-free, and this was in my project pan for 2017, and I didn't get a chance to finish it up. So I'm really going to try to finish it this year because, again, it was a more expensive concealer. I do like it, but because it's not cruelty-free, I just want to finish it up and remove it from my collection. And then same with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle Treatment Concealer. I have the shade Fair. I purchased this right before I decided to go cruelty-free, so I barely used up any of the product, but you know, it is a good concealer. Instead of just removing it from my collection, I'm going to try to really finish it up this year and get some use out of it before I decide to declutter it. So I'm trying to use up 5 different powders this year. I love the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. That one is my go-to. It's my favorite. I like it so much better than any of these powders, but it is expensive. So I'm constantly trying to discover a cheaper alternative, which is why I do have a lot of these powders in my collection. And then a couple of them were just in my collection from before. So I want to make sure I actually use them up. I'm not purchasing another powder until I finish these, or at least hit pan on all of them, other than the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. But I'm not even going to try like any other affordable alternatives or anything until I hit pan on these. Same with my face primers. I'm not buying another face primer until I finish up all of those. So the first one is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I just have a very small amount left of this powder. I don't think I'll have trouble finishing it up at all. I won't be repurchasing it just because I'm not the biggest fan of loose setting powders lately. I really like pressed powders, so it's a good powder, but for me, I just want to, you know, finish up that last little bit. The next one is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder in Translucent. This is the last IT Cosmetics powder that I'm buying. So many people rave about them. So many people love their powders, but they just don't work very well for me. I've tried, I think, pretty much all of them at this point, and I will say that out of all of them, this one is my favorite. I kind of use it as like a day-to-day setting powder, but I don't like it enough to repurchase it. I definitely don't like it better than the Kat Von D powder or even some of my more affordable alternatives. So at this point, I just want to finish it up and be done with IT Cosmetics powders. I want to like them. I've talked about this in previous videos. They just never work for me. Other than this one, I do like this one, just not better than other powders I have in my collection. The next one is the NYX hashtag No Filter Finishing Powder. I wear the shade Porcelain. I feel like this powder is taking me forever to hit pan on. It kind of came with like a domed appearance, so I feel like I've used up a good amount of it, but this is probably one of my favorite powders of the moment. It's really lightweight and it doesn't really give your skin any extra coverage, but it gives your skin a really beautiful finish. I love how it looks. Like I'll kind of powder my face and then I'll use this as like a finishing powder at the very end, and it just makes my skin look really nice. So I am going to try to hit pan on this one. The next one is the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup in the shade Light. I actually really like this powder as well. This color doesn't match me perfectly right now, which is why I haven't been using it. I feel like it's a little bit too, I can't remember if it's too pink toned or too yellow toned for my skin. It's one of those. So I think I'll break it back out during the summertime. I like to use it on its own or also in addition to a liquid foundation. So I don't think I'll have trouble finishing it up. I just have to make the effort to do so, to remember to use it. So I might put this one on hold until summer rolls back around, but I'm sure I'll be able to finish it up. And the last one is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's their finishing powder in Fair Light. This one is a little bit more of a lightweight powder. It's kind of similar to the NYX powder, but I feel like it's more of a setting powder than this one. This one's more of a finishing powder. The e.l.f. one is more of a setting powder, and it's good. I like it. I think it doesn't necessarily give me enough coverage these days because I like a really full coverage look, but when I want something a little bit more lightweight, a little more natural, I'll reach for this one. So I'm definitely going to make an effort to finish up all 5 of these powders. So I didn't choose a blush or a highlighter for my project pan this year just because I've been loving so many different blushes and highlighters that I didn't really want to limit myself to really focus on using up one of them, and I'd rather just use a bunch of them throughout the year. but I did choose 2 bronzers and 1 contour product. So the first bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I did finish one up last year. It took so long to finish it up. I swear this is like a never-ending bronzer, and I think I might be close to hitting pan on this, but even once I hit pan on the first bronzer that I finished up, it took me so long to actually use up the entire thing. So I'm sure if I use this one diligently this year, I'll be able to finish it up, but I also want to finish up the Becca Cosmetics Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast. This one has kind of been my go-to lately, and I think between the two of these, I'll be set for the majority of the year. I can't really see myself having to buy another bronzer. I do have other bronzers in my collection, so if I finish up both of these before the end of the year, I'll add a third one in to try to finish it up, but I'm not going to be purchasing any bronzers either this year other than, you know, these two. If I do finish them and I want to add it back to my collection, I will, but I feel like I'm pretty set in the bronzer department, so I'm going to try to finish both of these. I'm also going to try to finish up the Catrice Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette. I don't like the highlighter in this palette or this duo because it just doesn't look great on my skin tone. I might try to find a way to use it like on the inner corner or the brow bone and try to make a dent in it, but I'm really focusing on the contour shade. I enjoy it. I think it's really beautiful, but I just thought I would challenge myself to actually use it up this year for no other reason than the fact that I enjoy it. So we'll see how I do on that. So let me talk about the eye products that I'm going to try to use up, and then I'll finish up with lip products. So the first product is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and this one is just the original formula. Eyeshadow primers take so long to use up. After I finish this one up, I do have a couple of other ones in my collection, but honestly, I am not buying another eyeshadow primer until I use up all of them because they last forever. I'm going to try to finish up the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Honey Dude, which is my current favorite nude eye pencil. I really enjoy this. This is actually my second one, but I kind of want to try another one. I don't know, like sometimes even when you love something, it's fun to, you know, try something else in that category, but I don't want to buy another one until I finish up this one. So it's my goal to finish this one this year. And then the other eyeliner that I want to try to finish up is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum. I love this liquid liner. I think it's really great. This one is pretty new to my collection, so I have the entire liner to finish up. And then after I finish this one up, I think I'm going to let myself buy the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner again. But first, I want to make sure that I get my use out of this product. So those are my 2 eyeliners. And then I do have 5 different mascaras that I'm going to try to use up this year. I think I'm actually going to add in additional mascaras. So by the end of the year, I'm sure I'll have more products than what I actually started with. But I've been trying to follow the 3-month mark when it comes to certain eye products because I just don't want to risk an eye infection. And after I finish up these 5, I'm only going to have 2 mascaras open up at a time, maybe 3 because I use them, you know, for different purposes. But anyways, the 5 that I'm going to try to use up first, let me go through those really quickly. The first one is the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. I love this one as an everyday mascara. It lifts and curls my lashes, and I usually use it in combination with the IT Cosmetics Superhero to make my lashes more thick and voluminous. That's the combo that I'm wearing today on my upper lashes. Sometimes I'll go in with the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara to really separate them, and I do like this product, but I feel like there has to be a more affordable alternative out there because other than, you know, separating my lashes, it's not necessarily my go-to mascara to make them really thick and voluminous. So I do like it, but I feel like I don't know if I'll repurchase it or not. And then I have the Essence The False Lashes Mascara, which I love so, so much, but I feel like this one has a tendency to transfer on me. So again, I don't know if I'll repurchase it anytime soon. I do love it as like an everyday mascara because it makes my lashes look beautiful, but it transfers, especially on the bottom lashes. So I'm not sure if I'll repurchase this one. And then I have the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara, which is a great everyday mascara. It just makes your lashes really long, and I love using it on my lower lash line just to make them look a little bit more dramatic. So those are the 5 mascaras that I'm trying to use up this year. And then moving on to lip products. The first one is the Tokyo Milk Salted Caramel Lip Balm. This has been in my project pan for a while to the point where I should probably toss it, but I like the product and I've been using it a lot lately. So I feel like this is the year that I'll probably finish it up. I'm going to try to finish it up within like the next 4 months, and then I think I'll probably end up tossing it because I'm sure it's kind of getting there, getting toward the end. It is in like a pot form, so it's not super sanitary, but I only use it when my hands are clean, so I think it's fine for now. Then I do want to finish the Ulta Juice Infused Lip Oil. I don't love this product. I just find it to be okay, but I do have it in my collection, so I figured if I made more of an effort to use it, I could probably finish it up, just because I don't really want to declutter it to somebody, because it's the type of product where I feel like it's not necessarily very sanitary, because you do put the wand back into the product, so I think I'll actually make an effort to finish it up. I'm going to try to finish up the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipsticks. I have 3 minis, and I feel like this is a more doable goal for me. Last year I put so many lip products in my project pan, and I might have finished like 1 or 2 of them, but it took me forever. These are products that I actually wear and I love, and I do want to finish them up. And then my last lip product was in my project pan last year. It's the Buxom Lip Gloss in the shade Dolly. I have about half of this left. I think I'll be able to finish it up within the first half of the year, so that is my goal for this product. Okay guys, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned, because I'll be filming a lot of project pan videos this year. I think it's just a fun way to challenge yourself to use up products in your collection. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.